Before this video starts, here is an animation of a wind pump that is designed to thicken the Arctic ice. If you want more information on this project, visit the Thickening Arctic Ice YouTube channel. The link to it will be in the description. Hello everyone and welcome back to Eastleigh Karting. This is round 3, or at least part 3. Anyway, after round 1 of 2, I said that I'd lost the scores, but actually I hadn't, and here they are. And you can see in the adult class, it's just 0.08 of a second between me and Eagle Racer. So very close there. It's a bit more spread out in the cadet class with 1.3 seconds separating Evelyn and Fencing Sausage, but there's a long way to go, of course, so that could all change. I should also say that the yellow flags are out at the start of this video, and that, of course, was because of an accident that took place at the end of the last video down at the Hunt hairpin. I said in the video that the driver was Polar Cub 28. It wasn't. I looked back at the footage afterwards and found out that it was actually Jess. Polar Cub was in no way involved in that incident. Anyway, we have now got, well, I would say the green light, but if you remember, we didn't actually have a green light working on that day, so I should say no more yellow lights, and that means we can go as fast as we like. And, ooh, Eagle Racer's already put Evelyn into the barrier. Luckily, Evelyn has managed to continue, but that was not an ideal start. Anyway, you can see, oh dear, and now he's gone up the inside of me, and that is an overtake from Eagle Racer. We're going to see a replay. Oh, that's him trying to get past Evelyn and absolutely clouting her. Evelyn goes into the wall, but does manage to keep it going as Fencing Sausage does a good cutback manoeuvre on Polar Cub 28 there. Of course, the aim of this race is not necessarily to be the first person across the line. Oh, as we got Jess in the barrier. That actually is Jess this time. And we're going to see a replay of that. She's going to be coming. Oh, she's come way too fast into Dunlop there, and straight into the barrier. Anyway, the aim of this is not necessarily to be the first across the finish line, but instead to set the fastest lap. So that's what we will be intending to do. This karting trip is for Fencing Sausage's birthday. So, oh, as you see me almost going around the outside of Eagle Racer under the yellow flags. No, you're not allowed to do that. Here's a replay. Yeah, I just did. Well, you're not allowed to do that because yellow lights mean no overtaking. So I actually really don't know why I did that. In fact, I remember doing it at the time and I don't know why I did it. Like, I know that you're not supposed to. I have no idea why I did. It's not even that I was being rebellious or anything. Like, I don't think I actually saw the yellow lights. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's hard to remember now. Oh, I've got up the inside of Eagle Blade, and I've braked in time, and that is a move from me. Of course, overtakes don't really matter. Oh, hold on. He's going back up the inside down into Brundle. Has it worked? Yes, it has. He's actually managed to stick it up the inside. There was nowhere I can go. But he's gone defensive. He went defensive when I wasn't even there. I'm gonna have the inside line up Graham's Hill. And indeed, I do get back past as we go up Graham's Hill. And that is great racing between the two of us. 3 moves in 1 lap. Here you see the first of them when I just pull out of the slipstream, dive up the inside, brake in time. There we go. Good move from me. But then Eagle Blade just sticks it up the inside into Brundle. I don't know he's coming. He gets the move done, but he completely throws it away at Hunt. He says that he did go defensive because he thought that I was a lot closer than I was, and as a result, he went wide on the exit, and I was just able to get the switch back and get through at Graham's Hill. Now, of course, track position isn't essential because, as I said, it's not necessarily the first person across the line that wins, but it does help because if you have track position, it means that you have less chance of actually getting another car in your way and getting into the turbulent air caused by karts in front of you. So getting ahead of other karts is important. As you see, me and Eagle Blade both getting past Evelyn down there at Brundle, and now Polar Cub is being cleared as well at Hunt. Yeah, it is essential to... Well, not essential, but it is very important to clear the backmarking cars. Now we've got Jess to contend with, and indeed Jess goes nice and wide for us, so that is nice of her to clear out of the way. As a good move from Evelyn up the inside of Polar Cub there, down at Brundle. Polar Cub actually didn't realise she was coming and had to steer out of the corner a bit, so flick left as they were mid-corner because she just wasn't expecting Evelyn to be there, and Evelyn pulling a good move there. And now Evelyn is trying to get past Jess as they go up Graham's Hill. So Evelyn really flying now. And let's see if she will get Jess as we come down into Dunlop. No, because Jess has gone far wider into the corner than she has. Now she's going to try and come back at it. They're side by side as they go down into Brundle. But it's not going to work quite yet. Not quite there. Let's see who's ahead as they come out the other side. And yes, she's got through. So she did actually manage to get through on the other side. And that was a good move from Evelyn on Jess there to make that stick. They were battling for quite, well, about a lap actually. I would say quite a while, but it wasn't even a lap. As you see someone going a bit sideways at Dunlop. And now Daddy Sausage clearing Evelyn. And now, as they come down into Hunt, you can see that Eagle Racer has gone around the outside of Polar Cub there. Polar Cub keeping to the inside. But it's all for nothing because the checkered flag has come out along with the yellow flag. And that means that that is the end of the karting trip for today. But stay around for the results because I can tell you there are going to be some unexpected results. And it's going to be very interesting to see who actually gained or who actually won which positions and of course which class, because there were two classes in this race: the adult class, which were the white cars, and the cadet class, which were the smaller and black cars. And the cadet class cars, of course, were a lot slower. The actual karts were slower because they have a smaller engine size. And I noticed that coincidentally, all the drivers of the adult karts were male, and all the drivers of the cadet karts were female. Just a coincidence, but very interesting fact to share. You can see us all getting out of the kart now. Now, I must say, something very dramatic had happened. You see, the vibrations of the kart, or of Graham Hill especially, were so big that I had become quite heavily sick from it. Let's hear the drivers' reactions.
How'd it go, Peter?
That was really, really good.
Yeah?
The vibrations are still mad, but that was
I'm boiling!
Yeah?
I'm boiling! I know, 3 times! You press up 3 times! We're trying to on yourself!
How'd it go, Joshua? Good?
A good party.
Okay, so as I said, something quite dramatic did happen. Watch me. You can see that I'm really not looking well at all. And about now, I very nearly collapse against the rail. That's because my head was just feeling so bad. It was Graham's Hill. The vibrations from going up and down Graham's Hill were just so bad. It was so bumpy. Like, it was really, really bumpy. I don't know how anyone else wasn't affected by it. I just got really ill from the bumps, and I had to lie down for about 15 minutes after that before I could actually sit up again. Anyway, here are the results anyway. So, in the cadet class, 5th place went to Polar Cub 28, who improved her lap time by 7 or so seconds from the first period. 4th was Jess, and that was a 32.3. 3rd was Kaya, who did a 32 dead pretty much. And then the winner of the class was Fencing Sausage from Evelyn. So there was an overtake there because Evelyn was ahead after the first round. And actually, she went slower in the second round. Anyway, in the adult class, it was Daddy Sausage in 3rd. But who won? The next slide will reveal it. It was Eagle Blade. So Eagle Racer has overtaken me. But in the end, there was just 7/100ths of a second in it. It was so, so close. Absolutely amazing finish. And just 7/100ths of a second in it, which is pretty much nothing. Anyway, here's the podium. You can see Eagle Racer in the middle. He's won the race. Me in 2nd and Daddy Sausage in 3rd. But you can see I'm really not looking well in that photo. Like, I'm not putting on that face. That's not a fake that's not a funny face, or at least, I mean, it is a funny face, but it's not a deliberate funny face. That is just how ill I was feeling. Like, I could barely stand up at that point. And after the kart session, I went and lay down in the changing rooms, and I couldn't actually sit up. Like, literally, I couldn't sit up for 15 minutes, because every time I tried to sit up, I'd just get this rush to my head, and I'd have to lie back down again, and it really was horrible. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this track again, because just Graham's Hill, it was so bumpy. It shook my brain about, basically. That's what it felt like. Oh, it was ridiculous. And my right knee was hurting for weeks afterwards, because it just banged against the side of the kart. Usually on the down, actually. Usually on the downhill. Anyway, look out for the next karting trip, which will be at a new track again. And a date for that has already been confirmed, and it's at a new track, so look out for that. And it's going to be very exciting, I'm sure. Hopefully I won't pass out in that one, and I will see you then. Thank you for watching this little series, and goodbye.